Cool. Yeah. Ahmed, did you say that your English was broken, so I'm not sure if you said that you're not going to participate or you are going to participate. Which one is it?
No, no, no. I'm going to participate.
Did you say that oops, sorry.
Yeah, I'm interested, and
Yeah.
I
Great.
want to participate in this project.
Awesome. Yeah,
But
awesome.
to be honest, I'm new here,
Yep.
so I need to. Can you give me a brief about?
Yeah, I can say, yeah, it's great. Good. I'm glad that you're here. Good question. It's a great question for our Thursday meeting, our newcomers meeting. So have you heard of that one?
No, no. Maybe I missed that one.
Yeah, I'll drop some info about that particular one because it'll do a lot better job of answering that question completely. Like I would only give you a partial at the moment. There's a ton of things that go on here. So there's a calendar at the URL that I just put into Zoom, into the chat. The calendar there has a meeting that's held weekly every Thursday, and it's the newcomers meeting in which, man, all of that is explained ad nauseum. As a matter of fact, in the Thursday newcomers meeting, part of what is done there is that everyone gets their first PR on one of the projects, which is pretty great. This particular meeting, we talk about to give you a concise summary. We talk about nearly anything that's front end related, and there are particular websites that we focus on. We focus on websites and web apps and
Can I have question here, please?
yep, my name's Lee.
Yeah. What I'm expecting to have after I'm joining this.
Join the newcomers meeting. I'll tell you what you can expect to have.
Okay, okay. I'll join it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good question.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Uh, I am Aryan Shah. I was going through the LFX and regarding your project I saw. So just I am also a newcomer. So was just exploring and decided to join the meeting for today.
Awesome. It's good to have you, Aran. Mr.
Thank you,
Shah.
sir.
Did I say it correctly, Aran? Aryan?
Uh, yeah, Aryan.
Aryan. Oh,
Yes,
oh, there's more of an E happening here. Okay. Aryan. Aryan Shah. Very good, man. Yep. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we start internships all the time. As a matter of fact, maybe we'll start one today. We start them
sure.
whenever someone shows up that's ready. You don't have to, you're generally not ready on day one. Usually it takes people a little while of understanding the
Yeah.
projects, getting familiar with the community, understanding what they themselves are good at. A lot of times people think that they're good at something and they're not, or they're good at something else, or they're not really interested in that. And so they take a little while and they explore. We also have different projects that are active at different times. So sometimes we're really focused in a couple of areas, and other times those areas change around. And so there's a lot to do here, by the way. There's a lot to do here that's not technical, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for someone to host this call in the future. And I was hopeful that there might be a couple of people on the call already that would, but we've eliminated them from ever hosting. They're just too shy to speak up. So it's not happening. So that means I'm looking for other people. Maybe it's Aryan in the future to host this. So that's good. So we've met Ahmed and Aryan. Um,
Uh,
Anybody else?
sir, just one little doubt.
Uh-huh.
Just a little doubt. I was going through the GitHub repo and I wanted to join the Slack channel, but I
But
don't have @microsoft.com
you don't, yeah, you don't
email.
need one. Have you go
Uh,
to you don't need one. I'll say
but
it
I
again.
was
I'll say it
unable
again if you
to
want me
join
to.
it.
You don't need one. That's three times I'll say it. But if you say it again, I'll just stop. Go here, click this link,
Okay.
and and you can share your screen and show me if you need one. Go ahead.
Just
Go
a
ahead and
second.
yeah.
Let me check and confirm you.
No, go ahead and share your screen because you're adamant that you need one, right? So share your screen. I'll grab some coffee. Oh, this will be good.
Is the screen visible?
Oh, yes, it's coming up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait a second. That didn't look like a Microsoft email address. And it's letting you join. What's going on? Hold on. Illegal. Illegal. uh,
Oh,
that's
that's
good.
great,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah,
Uh,
so to your
uh,
point, credit, I'll speak actually, thanks. To your credit, yep, it was messed up yesterday. And so it was suggesting it didn't say that you have to have a Microsoft did, you could join automatically. Otherwise, you'd need is actually what it said. But that's been fixed, and so you can sign up. So good. So moving on. Would anyone else like to introduce and get harassed over your question?
Hello, everyone. My name is Hosseini Alim. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm here majorly to contribute to the website development and the open source side of things. Thank you.
Awesome. I thought I was on mute.
Lee, I have one question.
Oseni, great, good of you to be here, man. Go ahead and edit the webpage and update the hyperlink to here. If you have further questions about that, probably you're not the right guy to update it. I'm sorry, man. It's just if you can't, you joined this call, so you've got a link to the meeting, so use that link. Osemi, does that make sense?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, never mind. Who else was going to introduce?
Lee, I have one question to ask.
Please. Rex, hit me. You're such a tease. What's the question?
So yeah, so last week was my first week in joining the Layer 5. I'm just curious in terms of the involvement around. I know that we have different developers in terms of the expertise. What's your feel around how each contributor, I feel that I'd be more interested to focus on one project for now and then get the feel of it for some time and then move to other things. I might touch too many things and then I may not have a depth. So what's your thought around that? Just to get your feedback, Mike.
Yeah. Wow. It's a great question for the newcomers meeting on Thursdays.
Okay.
The quick answer is yeah, absolutely, man. It's just sort of a succinct. I've got like a half an hour more of thoughts behind that, but that's the most concise I can make it. So yeah, I'm not necessarily a depth before breadth believer, but I do believe um, in starting from a position of strength where you're strong and where you're currently capable, where your passions, where your interests lie. Find that intersection of where you can strike a balance of adding a little value on the projects or in the community while at the same time growing. And so it's kind of like lifting weights in the gym. You don't want to pick up a weight that you just can't even pick up and you hurt yourself. Um, but you don't want to pick up the little tiny weights that are not hard at all. You want to have one that's yeah. Anyway, and then yeah, if you go around the gym and you just pick up you do one rep of a bunch of different exercises, probably you're not really tearing that muscle down very much. So maybe do a few exercises on that same body part and it'll hurt a little the next day, hopefully just enough, hurt just enough, where you got something done, but you learned something in the process. Man, what a great analogy, Lee. Wow. For anyone who was following that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Rex.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Rex, that's a good, yeah. Yeah, it's a great question though. Yeah, it's much like when you go to school for the first year, college for the first year, you might take a bunch of different general classes and figure out that you don't want to be an animal um, husbandry major, that actually computer science was your calling. And so because you took those general classes and you looked around and tried out a little bit of different things. So what I'm saying is there's some value to potentially trying a couple of different things, but yeah, then to hone in, focus for a bit. Sometimes you don't know if you wanted to do animal husbandry unless you go to the class. You see all the pretty girls in the class. You're like, well, I think I could do it. But speaking of females, what's going on? Did you guys scare them all off? Where are they? Oh, there's Medina. Very good. Oh, and Medina, you're not our only female today, are you? Holy smokes. She's holding strong. No one else here is a female.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, just you, just Medina. Okay. All right, good. Well, good. Well, good on Medina. Okay, hey guys, we're certainly we're about a quarter of the way into the meeting. Let's start the meeting. Good. Let's so we've got I get the meeting minutes are broken down by different websites. Different websites, different apps, web apps. Looks like no one's worked here either. So again, Fahim and Varad, just the level of disappointment this morning is continues. All right, if we take it from the top, we've got some folks who might want to talk about work that they're doing. Good. So Manoj.
Yes, Mr. Lee. This was regarding the spaces in the community handbook page. First of all, I apologize for me trying to hog the work. I was busy lately, with the occupied of my personal work. So, and this is the PR at the. I think in between, I'll share um, I already have done for certain fixes, and I think there was one suggestion which was in the when I presented, there was one suggestion given to me was for at the width of the 400 pixels, something for the mobile screen width. I have to add that, and I have to rebase the commits because I forgot to sign off one of the commit.
Yep, Manoj, sorry to interrupt. Do you want to share your screen while you?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Yes, I hope you can see my screen.
I will let you know if we can't. Otherwise, it just kind of takes time to answer that question every time.
I already started sharing, so you can see my screen right now, or do I need to reshare it?
I will let you know if we can't. Yeah, Manoj.
Oh, sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Yes. So this is the PR, and this was the last commit for the PR when I before presented it, and this is how it should come up. Yes, and this is the PR review commit, and this one is in the live website right now, and so there were like just a padding gap between uh, the
Cool. But
elements. Yes,
yeah, just to help you get along faster here. Good. Good. However, can you go to the changes that you made?
yes,
This is one of those areas that seems to elude us, and that, well,
yes,
it's what has happened over time is any number of contributors have come by and done precisely what you're doing, which is um, adding margin this way and then
yes,
this
yes,
way and then that
yes,
way and then this way and then negative that way, and you're
yes,
overlapping one another. And
yes,
you can see in your PR that you're not accounting for the extra white space that you'd see if you on the other pages, like if you go back to the pages that you were sharing, you see the
Yeah.
white space?
This
Yeah, it was there just a second ago when you weren't in the inspector view.
this is the live page,
Okay,
and this is my PR. So that's what I was trying to compare. You know,
yeah,
for yeah.
that's good. That's great. I figured you're making the same mistake that I'm
No, no, no.
sure about 10
This
people have.
yes, yes, Mr. Lee. This is the link from the PR review. I mean, review from the PR commit, and this is the live website. I was trying to compare the gap that the live website is having and the PR is having right now.
Great. Yeah, if you can remove the inspector view so that we can see the
Sure,
same.
sure. I pulled up the inspector view because there was place where I had to explain the thing that was happening, the padding changes at the 750 pixels or something. Yeah, and this is all about.
Nice. And so there's the the extra white space that was sort of above the
Yes,
first header.
yes. Sorry, about here. Yes, about here from here there was a white space. If you can see general contribution flow, and it was varying between about 750 pixels and below. Sorry, above 768 pixels and below 768 pixels until 750 pixels and below 750 pixels.
Nice. And so, yeah, of the code changes that you'd made, hopefully there's more lines removed than there are added. Because,
Uh, yes, I just had happened to change the because there was just happened to have these few CSS lines. This I think these were regarding uh, conduct. I think conduct code of conduct. So there was one page which probably I guess yeah this didn't have a heading. Like if you see in the contribution, there's a
yeah.
general heading and then there is this content, but for the code of content
So,
code of conduct page I think there's no heading, there's actually just this.
but
So
no, yeah, we'll
yes,
we'll want to get every page uniform, or like
yeah,
having a margin of -9 rem
yes,
specifically as a one-off for one page is like I
yeah,
it's understandable why you have it, but it's
yes,
that's the kind of thing that will it's not unto your own fault, but like as something that we maintain, people will miss it and someone will add in a title and then it'll be off. And then we'll be back here talking for the 12th time about how there's extra white space in the handbook. And
yeah.
so, yeah, we get, yeah.
Because that I just have because only that page had the title missing because the rest of the pages I just happened to adjust it within
I
the
understand.
margins. Yes,
So
so
what are you going to do about it?
uh, I have not really an idea because
You're gonna add a title to the page.
yes, I mean like if you want, I can go
Yes, I
ahead
would
have
like for
this.
you to add a title to the page. Yep, please. That'll be the fourth time that I've asked, that I've said,
Yes, yes, Mr. Lee. Because I was not really sure if I can make changes to the page, so I just happened to adjust the CSS rather than the main HTML code.
nice.
So I'll add an you want me to add this as title or?
That's yep. I don't. You figure it out. Use your overly large brain to figure out if it makes sense to say which states that in the title. Probably not, right? But
Okay, all right.
yeah, I don't think you don't need me to tell you what that is. Probably. Um,
Yes, sure, Mr.
the good Manoj. How old are you?
Uh, 20 25 recently. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Excellent, excellent. Um, and by the way, I'm oh shit. I actually got to ask my wife how old I am. I forget, man. That's how many birthdays I've had. Anyway, I'm older than 25 and I have enough sarcasm to follow. So you guys have to, and it's Monday. It's early. I've only got half a cup of coffee. So I'm an ornery old prick. So I apologize. That's why we need someone else to host. We just don't have individuals so hopefully someone else will host at some point. Manoj, thanks a
Ye-
bunch for working on that, man. Yeah, thanks for putting in a title and then
Yes.
what happens is that the challenge here, the ideal PR is one that quite literally removes more lines of code than it
Yes.
adds. The
Yes.
problem is that there is too much CSS. And if you're having to do a negative margin for something somewhere, um, it's not like it's ever inappropriate to have a negative margin, but it is indicative of the layout itself, like the layout overall being perhaps not, and again, like not your fault, but like
Yes, 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 Mr. Lee. Yes. I guess that's what even last time when we discussed, I remember. So I said like maybe we can go ahead try to have this pushed out first, and then there's another issue opened up for the same, for trying to adjust all the to find out the classes that actually are making the other classes go negative padding. So I thought maybe yeah, this is related to this peer, and then I'll go ahead and start on that peer, trying to identify the main classes on that pages that are making the other classes have that negative padding in the CSS.
I'm with you. There's another contributor who is giving a recent look into this area. Her name's Wiley.
Okay.
She goes by Wiley,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she'd be a good one to collaborate with,
Sure.
even if it's just her reviewing your PR or
Yes.
you having an idea to like wipe this whole thing and start it clean, and here's how we're gonna restructure, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Sure, Mr. Sure, Mr.
Yeah.
Lee, yes.
Um, that's good, man. Yeah, that thing is, I'm not exaggerating when I say, oh, that you'll be the 11th person to have fixed it. And it's just deceiving. It's sort of there's this underlying fundamental uh mm, how would you not initial work that was perhaps not the best, and so we everybody continues to suffer from it. So yeah, at some point, someone has to pause and digest the whole layout or the whole, and yeah, and hopefully simplify. Like that's the one of the bigger challenges that we end up facing as different front ends are maintained is too many CSS classes. Like if you grab a PR that's supposed to fix a particular thing as a contributor and you just focus on fixing that one thing and not on how, and what'll happen to people a lot of times is they'll fix it at the cost of its understandability later, at the cost of doing it similar to how other areas are done, or at the cost of like changing something one spot that has a butterfly effect somewhere else and messes something else up, or just like overlaps and overlays existing CSS in this case. And so we just end up with more classes upon inline style, upon like um, upon things like this, like important for those of you who are familiar with this directive in CSS.
Yes, yes.
I guess I've got the exclamation mark. It needs to be in front, but it's sort of like these are cascading style sheets. So there's this order of interpret order of operations or order of precedence, and important being sort of one of the maybe the final stage of just anytime that you see someone having used this important Medina, it's just a signal that like that's wrong. Pretty much most of the time, almost always, or as a general rule, it's like now you just there's CSS that is affecting the area that you're trying to style, and instead of trying to override whatever that CSS is with new CSS, stop, go find the original and fix it there. That's generally the answer. Cool. Okay, great. So that's Manoj. Good. Hey, at the rate that Lee moves, we're only halfway through the meeting and we've gotten one topic covered. Yay. So Oseni, you are Looks like you're focused on adding an animated card component. Wonderful. You want to talk to us about that? Pop up your video, maybe share your screen and take us through this.
Hello everyone, how is it going? Okay.
Good. If you have a joke while we wait, I'm sure. It kind of sounded like you were about to start off with one. I'd love one.
All right. So recently I made a PR to add the animated card component. Can you see my screen?
No, it looks like we're looking at added the animated card component. I can't see it at all. No, terrible. I can't. Okay, good. Good. You got the sarcasm. That's great, man. Yeah, we're good to go.
All
We
right.
can finish.
Sorry, I have to pause my video because it will lag.
Okay, got you.
All right. The PR adds an animated card component. So recently in the last meeting we had, I shared what I did, but they said I should test it out. So I had to create a final test commit. Then before I made the final commit without the testing and everything. So for the final commit, this is the final commit. Then so I had to test it first. So okay. So we are about to view the animated class component, sorry. So okay, we're going to blog. This is a preview URL from the pull request I made. So this is how the animated card works. So it
Okay.
works for both dark mode and light mode, as stated in the issues. So this is okay. This is where the issue is. So basically, an HTML file was provided to replicate into the component. So this is how it is. This is how it works. It's loading. Okay, so this was what I was asked to implement. So the issue now is the show visualizer. That's the wavy animation that goes on in the background. It takes up the whole page. So I don't know if wherever it is being used, whether it is meant to take up your page, but I implemented something that allows you to turn it off when you are calling the components. Okay. So there's like a prop that says show visualizer. If it is true, it shows the visualizer. But the only effect is it takes up the whole page. But there's a way you can set it to false. If you set it to false, it doesn't show. So for example, all the testing cards here, you have the show visualizer to false. So that's why the wavy animation isn't showing on the background, just the cards moving, the animated version of the cards going on. So these are the various cards the way it is meant to be, I guess. And it works for both light and dark mode. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Ooh, wow. Hey, who on the call has feedback about this? Who's got thoughts about these cards, these animated cards? Sounds like Oseni is working to make these reusable components. So kind of a new type of card component, one that is highly stylized. Who's got thoughts about this?
Maybe what we can do is make them of equal length so they don't they're not uniform currently. And we could add if the number of tags exceed a certain number, we could add a +2 +1 tag so it won't overflow.
Anybody else?
Maybe the card can be moved to assistant because then we can reuse it across projects, unless we want to keep it in just this.
Anybody else? Oseni, you don't have to you don't have to agree with the feedback, and you don't have to reject it either. You just want to confirm that you've received it. Thank the people that are giving the feedback for it, clarify any of it, and then you can either accept or reject right now, or if you know, or you can just take, figure that out later. But you just want to be clear that you understand the feedback.
So he said something about it not being well adjusted. So the thing is, I actually implemented it based on the existing card components. There's an existing card component in the component folder, which is card. So when I was making the animated card components, I was actually following the way the card components was actually being done. So if it is an issue of maybe alignment, that will be done separately, and when on whatever page they are using it on.
I wouldn't agree with that because if this goes well, this could be used elsewhere, and adding styles on every page wouldn't be a good idea. So it would be good if you add the style here as well. Here only in the styles in the component where it's initialized, so it would be common for all.
Sorry, you're a bit fast. Sorry. I didn't get you. Sorry, you were a bit fast.
So what you are saying is adding the styles according to on the page. So what I'm explaining is it would be not good to add style to a particular page. It would be good if you add the style on the card component itself, so it would be common for everyone and wherever it's used.
The styling are on the card components. Sorry, they're in the same folder as. Okay, the animated card has the styling, which contains the styling, the index.js, and the README file. Should have it here. So the animated card style.js stores all the styles. Then index.js is majorly what the React side of things, I guess. Does that explain it?
Uh, what we can do is uh, we can means we can continue this in the Slack because currently it's becoming a little complex. We'll have a discussion on there, so we'll discuss it easily.
All right then, no problem.
Yeah, just ping me there. I will answer your all questions.
Okay, I send a message on Slack. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure, sure.
All right then. Thank you.
Oh, good. That's nice. Makes sense that for you guys to identify the communication challenge and find a different medium. Good. Good. Okay. Oseni. Nice. I mean, it looks like, you've got functional components, you've got consideration for light and dark mode, you've got large, what do you call it? You've got two versions of the card, the text only, and then sort of the larger version. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then one of the points of feedback was, maybe if that component is refined and accepted, and that for all the work that has gone into it, that perhaps it would be a component that would be added into the central library that's here. That library project is called Systent. And so, yeah, that was your other piece of feedback. All right, good. Next up, we've got Naman. Mr. Verma, are you with us?
Hello, am I audible?
What?
Okay. Sorry, am I audible?
Huh?
Yes.
Who?
Okay,
Yes, you
you're
are.
audible.
There's just no reason. There's just
So,
no reason to hit a woman. I mean, that's sorry. Actually, I guess that's a Bill Burr quote. I don't know if you guys know. Yeah,
so
terrible genius.
basically, the
But
the
I can't.
first PR is regarding. Sorry,
Yeah. Okay.
the
Thanks.
first
Yeah.
PR
Go
is
ahead.
regarding the assistant color code page, and it had the SVG before, and it was supposed to be replaced with the tables. And so basically, I've implemented and taken a few of the suggestions. So So currently the page looks like this. I've implemented the assistant table only and made this copyable on click.
That's a nice feature. Copyable.
Sorry. And yeah, so like this is the this is the update. The only thing I've removed was that in the text there was no constant black. There was constant white, but there was no constant black. So I removed that.
Hmm.
And then, but I think any other feedback? Yes.
No, just if you wanted to get even more fancy, you might include the red, blue, green RBGA in addition to the hex code. So maybe the other color coding. But
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Another column for the RGB.
yeah, or to include it in the existing color column. I guess but yeah, whatever fits best. I mean, yeah, you might increase the preview size if that was possible. I mean, but like, yeah, you nailed it though. I mean, this is what we're looking for. This is the thing that Mahadevan just couldn't figure out how to do. And so now, Mon, thank you, man. Thank you. I was so tired of trying to ask somebody and have people commit to delivering an HTML table. You did it. Boom. And you did it in style. You did it with the copy code. Cool. We've got the sort of the canonical name of the color as well, which is kind of nice. Sometimes we talk about colors so much, or sometimes we really do, that we start to refer to them by their name, like the Keppel green or the Caribbean green, the saffron color. So that's great. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's like if you wanted to keep iterating and do more things here, you could add the RGBA, red, green, blue. Yeah, RGBA, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
You could, you don't have to. Something else you could do is like increase the size of the color display itself. Because it's
These three.
yeah, in large part, if you consider your user, the person that's coming here to look up this reference, they they might have a couple of different questions in their head, but certainly one of the questions is, gosh, which color should I use? I need a blue and it needs to look like this or something. So a lot of times they're coming here to look from a color perspective first. And once they've identified, yeah, that one, that's going to work, then they want to reference the technical information about what the token name is or what the hex code is. Um, so anyway, if you consider your information hierarchy, your preview column is perhaps your foremost in terms of just the things that people are looking for. Another
Okay,
thing
okay.
that you might want to consider is that many people will find the color that they need, go over to the hex code, click to copy. It's the copy that you're facilitating, and then go off and use that in the app. Bang. That's the wrong answer. What's the right answer? What do we want them to use?
Assistant token.
There it is. Maybe that's the one to make click to copy. maybe that's your second most piece of important information.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think remove from it from the hex and use it for just assistant.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
And
If do
uh,
you read left to right?
yeah,
Yeah, nice. So do I. So do a lot of us, but not everybody. And when you read left to right, where's the most important information usually put?
I think I don't know. I don't have that much. Like I think left. We should put it on left. Like first we read
Yeah.
the first.
Is this a novel that we're reading? Like long written word form of multiple sentences and paragraphs and chapters?
No, just few informations.
Yeah, like a
Just we can
reference
read.
then, like a
Yeah.
tabular reference. Okay. Yeah. When you lay things out in a tabular reference, yeah, if you think about it, then like the leftmost column or the second leftmost column, yeah. A lot of times the thing that you want to index on, the thing that you want to sort by, is most often found in that leftmost column. Yeah. So that's just another th thing to think about as you lay it out. Is it the token that's the most important? Is it the color that's the most important? Or is it the, you know, something else just to think about?
Hmm.
You can see that
That's not the usage.
yeah. So it's kind of like, well, hey, what would be bad, or would it be bad to have the description column as the leftmost column? It's like, well, yeah, I don't. A lot of times we don't see that because it's unique description. Can you go to the top of the table? Is it called roll or is it called? I guess it's called
Yeah,
roll.
it's called row. Yeah.
So why isn't that the leftmost column?
Because like they will see first the colors, then they will think about the what role it has to play. I think.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, that's just good info to, having, with that data in mind, that information in mind, you might decide to restructure a few different things. How prominent a piece of information is, in what order that information is presented. And
Okay, so
those questions or that information that you have in your mind, when you work on different UIs, those same tools will serve you very well. It's like, okay, who's my user? Or even if I can't really like characterize them very well, if I can't characterize my user persona, um, maybe just more importantly, or um, more importantly, like what are they here for? What questions do they have in their mind? What task are they trying to perform? And just answering that question will really help it'll drive down the number of clicks that people have to do to perform that task. Because you'll be,
okay. Mm.
yeah. This is great though. I mean, just
Also,
in general, you nailed it. Like in general, it's like, if I were you, I wouldn't have been sitting here thinking like, hey, how do I take the info and restructure it and all that? No, I would have been thinking there's a screenshot. I need to codify that screenshot. You nailed it, right? And then you put on top the copy to clipboard, all good stuff. And then but yeah, as we soak on it a little bit more and think about it a little bit more, yeah, you might make some changes.
I just needed a feedback on these text colors. That in the dark mode it's fine, but when we go in the light mode, some of these texts are like very much light, like white. So should I put a like background to these preview boxes?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Stroke would also work around the characters.
Sorry, I didn't get you what.
Means a stroke to a character
Okay,
would also work.
okay.
Nah.
So I think that would change. It would
Yeah.
change it in light mode. You can keep a constant background. I think that would be showing the correct color in light mode.
Okay, I think a charcoal background would be good for it. Okay,
Yeah,
same for the
background that
borders.
needs to be all. Because if we had stroke, that would change the preview.
Okay, sure.
Cool. Well, that's a great thing
So
too.
should I move to another PR?
Yeah.
Yeah. One last thought is that of the while we try to direct users to use the info that they need to, which is in this case the token, there's another aspect of this that we don't facilitate well in this project, in this documentation, and that is like how to go use that token. There are a couple of different ways that it's acceptable or that people should use it and reference it, how they should reference the theme and like when they should use this the semantic category of colors versus the other, and if there's one that's preferred. I don't know that we say that on this page. That would be really helpful.
Yeah,
But
I faced the same while designing. Yeah, you're correct.
yeah, because a lot of times actually, ideally, people are not expressly saying that they want to use charcoal 60 or what have you, but rather what they're saying is that they want to use background secondary, because background
Yes.
secondary does change appropriately when you switch light and dark mode, or not just light and dark mode, but there's some of you here that are working on our cloud product, Layer 5 Cloud. And in there, we're adding many more themes, customizable themes that the user can customize real time. And so it's very much the use of these semantic categories that facilitates that. If we had encoded a particular red 10 or a particular color token, it just wouldn't work very well. So yeah, so we do have a preference, and then yeah, Naman, just like you were saying that these had been points of confusion or just different questions that you had as you were contributing. Yeah, so you're a perfect candidate to go enhance that, enhance the instructions to give an example of how they're used.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you. So I think moving to the next PR, it was the problem with the tables style. When you move to the light mode and then again came back to the dark mode, these were unreadable. Like, so there was a problem with the, so wait, I'll go to the preview. So I tried to fix it. So basically the color is changed in the light mode a bit, but it goes back. The note one is not fixed yet. I want to feedback on the table. So the table goes back to its original color now. The main fix in this thing was that I introduced another color. Like it was switching to in light and dark mode, it was switching to two different, very different tone color. And in that it was not rendering it. I don't know why. So I kept the colors same for both light and dark mode in this. So that fixed the issue for now. Uh, Wait, I'll go to the code if that works. So basically, in the table component, these two were the primary light color and the secondary light color, which was causing the problem. So I went to the style sheet and for now so
Why? Really? We don't have enough colors, so you've got to make more.
no, I didn't make new colors. I just
It looks like it. A
made,
secondary test, and that's what you're talking about. You just said that you
yeah,
created. Okay.
I used
So
the same colors, but changed the names here for now.
okay.
Mm.
And should we do that?
I don't think I did prefer that, but I was asking like if it
Uh,
is
I don't
possible.
know. Wait. If you don't think that we should do it, then why are you presenting it and asking if we should? Like, what do you think we should do?
I think I don't know.
Okay.
See, this was the fix I was thinking about earlier, and that was working. So I thought that if it presenting it can get me more ideas, like if it's possible or not.
Yeah, if what's possible.
This using a new color for it,
But I
or introducing a new color.
thought you said you didn't think that was the right idea. Like
Yeah.
dude, there's a bunch of colors that work. Just choose one that already work.
Okay. Yeah.
Did do and yep. I mean, I don't go back to the table, and then if you demonstrate, so there's the before those two. So in
Yeah.
dark mode, has too low of a contrast in dark mode. Good. So
Yes.
if we use an alternative color for dark mode, ideally, like there's a couple of ways to accomplish the specifying what color gets used in dark mode. One is to use colors from the semantic color category, which is to say that it doesn't specify a color directly. It just says this is the color for background secondary or something. And it switches in a different color depending upon if the user is in dark or light mode. And maybe you're just not able to find one that has the right color contrast. You should be
Yeah.
able to. We don't necessarily have to have it green in the background or black in the background. Um, you shouldn't need to define a new one. And that's kind of what I was referring to earlier about like just adding more CSS on top of CSS is like do some diligence, spend more time. I'm positive there are 30 or more color combinations that absolutely work. They're absolutely in high enough contrast with one another that they're presentable.
Yeah, I tried a few of them, but it was going back to this issue again and again. I tried
Okay.
a few.
There's
Yeah.
okay. All right. I don't know. Do you know how many times that okay. Um the other way of doing it is if you can't identify two colors that contrast with one another, then stop working on the issue. Like then you're not qualified to work on the issue. Like this is a very straightforward
Understood.
thing. Um, you might be getting stuck on. I'm not sure what you're getting stuck on, but there is a second way of specifying the colors. So instead of using the semantic coloring, you could specify like, oh, I did find a couple of colors that are in nice contrast, and here's the light mode and the dark mode that I would like to use, and then you propose creating a new secondary test light, or like instead of proposing a new color name, what you can do is take the colors you've identified and include a small bit of JavaScript to um, determine whether or not the current mode is dark mode or light mode, and then swap in whichever color you identified. So there's
Okay.
this
Okay.
that's kind of an
Yeah.
alternative approach. It's not as smooth because you just don't. JavaScript is generally a bad thing in comparison to CSS. CSS pretty much wins in all category. You don't want to bring in JavaScript, you don't have to.
Okay, I'll look into it then. Yeah, I get it. Hmm.
Yeah, no, but yeah. I'm not. Yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, no, there are semantic colors that contrast. Do you have the Figma design system open? Is in the project
Not
itself,
currently.
it gives a bunch of examples as to which colors work. So hopefully all of you have used and are inside of our community Figma. So I'll bring it up real fast. There's one of the projects is dedicated to the assistant design system. Any of you can join and get access to these projects that I'm sharing now. It's still loading. But one of the projects is called System Design System. It's incomplete, but it does have quite a bit in it already that will give like examples of colors that were designed to contrast. Here's some of that same info that you're looking at for here. As a matter of fact, you might get inspiration for what color might work well in the background to display all the rest of the colors, maybe. I don't know. There are a few different pages of examples. I don't know if there's a table example with alternating color rows, things, but there might be. And so that's another resource that you might want to look into. Do you have access to this?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
Wait,
great.
let me see. Yeah.
Cool, great. Okay. Iman, thanks, man. Hey, we're actually just a little bit over time. Did we miss anyone that was in need of urgent feedback and was stuck without feedback? Cool. I hate for anyone to sit there for a week stuck. Good. Okay. If it turns out that you do get stuck, the discussion forum is your go-to. That's the first one you want to go to. Use the heck out of the discussion forum and abuse it. Speaking of abusing it, someone did abuse it by changing this to black instead of white. But ask here first if you can. It helps everybody. Otherwise, anyone who answers a question in Slack, their answer just gets lost after a while. Yep. Certainly use Slack as well, but be kind to your fellow contributor. Ask here. You also don't get points for asking in Slack, but you get points over here. So, okay. Anybody have anything else before we call it quits?
I have a question. I was creating a solution page and I have finished, but there was just template words for ipsum. Where can I find which text I should put there? There were for reviews I need and for Q&A section.
Yeah, there's for the Q&A section, there's already an FAQ component in the site. So just reuse that and it has lots of questions and answers. For text for the rest of it, go look. I think folks had to blow past your PR and recreate a solutions page based on your absence. So go look and see. There may already be a couple of open PRs that create the solutions page, and you might be able to find text in there. You'll want to see how far along those other PRs are and whether or not it makes sense to continue the effort that you're doing. There's at least 2 open PRs outside of yours on the solutions page. Maybe they're different solutions pages though. And then if they are different solutions pages and you continue on your PR, great. Then I would just leave it at the template and that's it. Like I would draw that's all that you need to deliver. You don't have to deliver the rest of the text.
Okay.
But yeah, which is good. I mean, we can get it merged, even if it just has boilerplate text. Maybe we just wouldn't link to the page just yet, but others would come by and fill in the text.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know which solutions page you're working on, and and I also don't have readily available text to point to you. I don't know how you've laid it out, or like it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the text for you, for my part. I don't have someone to point you to. What's the solutions page on?
It is in the Layer5 website solutions. Maybe I could share and just show.
Yeah, we're out of time. Can you send a message in Slack? It's the
Okay.
general solutions page or it's a specific solution page?
I've sent the link in
Okay, I'll take it. You'll send it in Slack. We'll take a look.
and the Slack, yeah, I sent it in the previous week, yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
can just send
Yeah.
it again.
Okay, I don't know, step up and so by the way, we ended today's websites meeting And so if you guys have things that you want on the agenda for next week, guess when the right time to lay out that agenda is so that you can be first to make sure that your item is heard. 7 + 7 is right now. So be selfish. Go put down any topics that you guys want. So Medina, I would expect to see your name there first if you want to get it reviewed, you know. Makes sense. Okay, good. In the meantime, we'll go review this page. Oops. It's the solutions page that you're referring to. It's the one that describes them all. So that's good. Cool. For my part, I promise to give feedback today. Ooh,
Okay,
a
thank you.
promise. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks everybody. We'll see you in the next one. We'll see you back in Slack. See you on the forum. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.